Hello and welcome to the CyberScene Podcast. This podcast aim is awareness. Anything and everything cyber related is used by the cyber people for updates on their progress, amongst other stuff. One-on-one interviews with cybersecurity professionals, share opinion on trending cyber incidents, share tips and tricks to better safeguard yourself inside the cyberspace, and so much more. If we don't mention it, it doesn't mean it's not possible. If it's cyber related, anything and everything. As it relates to the frequency of this podcast, well, for the next couple of months, our aim is 1 to 2 podcasts per month. However, we are working on a series called Our Journey into Cybersecurity, and it is aimed at giving professionals the space that they will need, that they can share what their journey is like, get into cybersecurity. This cybersecurity is like, it's a big space, and the professionals are from various backgrounds and from different stages in their career or in their life. You have persons that are now leaving college, persons who dropped out of school, not them, it's our first episode. We're not encouraging anybody to drop out of school to get into cybersecurity, but persons who are looking for a career change. They've been stuck with one particular job for the last who knows how many years doing the same thing, and they just want to change and want to do something different. Then cybersecurity is a place to be. We accept all are welcome. So that's what that series is going to be based on, pretty much. This podcast is available on Spotify, TuneIn, Amazon Music, and right here on YouTube, with more platforms to come in the near future. It's primarily recorded, but from time to time we will make effort, or we will do an episode live, but we'll inform you of those via our social media. Hello again, my name is Clifford Benjamin, Clifford B for short. I'm an IT professional with over a decade of experience providing small shop type computer services. I have built and repaired hundreds of computers from the inception of my career. I have put life back into more computers than I would like, but it was part of the gig. My focus was mostly small businesses and residential. I'll share more about that a little bit later in the show. Why did I come over to cybersecurity? It felt like a natural evolution in my career. The next step. I want to do more for my clients, other than just patching them up and sending them along the way. Before I get ahead of myself, I would like to introduce my co-pilot for this evening's journey, Omar Clark, Omar C for short. But before Omar comes on, I want to ask you this. What's the most concerning cybersecurity threat you've faced recently? The chat is open. Feel free to participate, and let's get into this evening's discussion. So, Omar, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Clifford. I'm happy to be on the CyberScene's first episode, I should say. Unlike Clifford, I don't have a IT background. However, it didn't stop me from diving into cybersecurity. I was actually in the creative space, so my journey is actually coming from pixels, I guess. I would say pixels to protection, per se. I don't know, as a creative soul thriving in the landscape of design, it was a challenge. Yes, it was a rewarding challenge. It was fun, but I was still seeking something greater. So the idea of protecting digital spaces came quite naturally to the mind. But the journey, I wouldn't say it was easy. But although it wasn't easy, it was rewarding. When I say creative industry, I talk about photography, videography, graphic design, that kind of stuff. The longing for something better longing for some, don't mean but a new challenge. Was my reasoning for jumping into the cybersecurity space. It was not the easiest because it is a known space, but within our region or the Caribbean, it's kind of a new beginning for a lot of persons. Yes, there are persons who have been in the space before, but reaching out to those persons wasn't like a jump on the internet, Google who is a cybersecurity expert, and a whole set of names come up, and like reach out. And me personally, this will sound strange, but social media and the creative space, it goes hand in hand. But I was never the person that loved to be on social media, including LinkedIn. So yes, they would have had a lot of persons that I could have reached out to, but because social media wasn't my thing, I didn't have that connection. However, fast forward to January of 2023. Well, let me take it back a little. When COVID really started, I was like, I really need to get into this. So I started a Google IT. I think it was the IT. It was a basic IT course by Google. So I said, well, just let me do this specialization and get my feet wet. And then I started to look for programs that I could have joined, preferably boot camps, something quick, so that I wouldn't have to put that much financial resources in, then to realize maybe like a 4-year degree and not loving cybersecurity, but you got this huge, mountain of financial finance out there. So I said, what, let me look around for boot camps. I actually traveled to the US, strangely enough, looking for this boot camp. I found 2 that fit what I was looking for. However, one, the finance was not fitting my pocket at the time. I didn't tell anyone per se, but I guess family members realized I was searching. I talked to them about it before, but then they showed me the boot camp that I eventually joined, where I met Clifford and many other persons who were on that quest to get into cybersecurity. And it was a boot camp in collaboration with the government, which I thought was a nice initiative. So coming from pixels to protection, it was not an easy road. The only thing that I would say was similar was the long nights in front of a screen, making sure that the content is correct, the content agrees with what you yourself are looking to get out of it. So it was a long road, but a rewarding road. My plans for the near future. So I'm actually studying right now for the CompTIA Sister Plus, which is that is a more technical cert than Security Plus, which I already have. Reason being is that I would like a better technical background, so that I could have a full understanding of the space. Do I see myself diving into the technical areas in the future deeply, like Clifford? Maybe, because I know he encourages us to, have that technical background. However, future for me, I see myself risk management, data protection. So anything around that line, next 5 years, that is the goal. On the technical side, maybe some pen testing. It seems like fun. So yeah, digital forensics, anything along that line, I would dabble a little bit within. So yeah, that's why I see myself for the future, 5-6 years from now. Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit more about myself. I used to be one of those persons who used to use the same password
for everything.
For everything, right? And it was for sheer convenience, right? Because like this password is a strong password, it's secure, but guess what? I'm using it multiple places.
Yeah.
And then I realized, you know what? Something is wrong. And that's before I got into the cybersecurity space and I realized that you should have a different password for each
account.
Each account.
Yes.
Account. You should use password manager.
Yeah.
And let your password be random because phishing, social engineering, all these are other things that I didn't expect. You see, Richard is involved in cybersecurity, right? Because you would use a password. Most people use a password that they're gonna remember. Like if it's a PIN, for example, most people use birthdays for the PIN.
Or the year they were born.
Yeah, or something significant that happened.
Yeah.
Right, and and then we got again pen testing. A part of pen testing is social engineering, and if someone knows you that well, and they get enough information about you, then they have
enough to get in.
To get it exactly, So from that perspective, I had to change how I was doing things, and then not only that, the different interaction with my clients and stuff like that, I realized something is missing. I think I wouldn't say I was giving them a disservice, but I would say that I needed to learn more to help them protect themselves and help to fill the gap. Like I said, I have like more than a decade of experience in IT, from repairing computers, providing help desk support, structured cabling, from things like security cameras. If it has a screen and a keyboard and a mouse, I'm there.
Clifford could fix it.
Yeah. I am there, and from that perspective, I think I would say that I think I've outgrown my potential in that area in terms of the service I could provide. So I switched. And here's how I switched. At my last job, it was okay, but I would say it's a job for someone that is looking for more. It's a job for someone who's probably no less school, and just need a couple of years to figure out what they want to do with their life.
Yeah.
That's the type of job I had outside of my IT field, right? Because I was doing IT professionally on the side, but I was also still providing. I still had a day-to-day job. That required me to show up, and that job. And it had its days, good days, bad days, in between days, right? So I'm one of the persons who are kind of transitioning from careers a little bit, IT, but also other service within the IT space. I worked in the telecommunications space for quite a while. I was a home internet installer. I would bring service, telephone, TV service, anything like that. I've worked in various positions in the industry, so I have a better idea of how things flow. Because when I started out, we had copper lines. That's back in the day. Internet connection was ADSL. Right? If everybody remember those, there's no fiber. Fastest speed you get is like 10 megabytes was available to you, and you had to use that with everybody else. And then we transitioned into fiber. So when the island was actually rolling out in fiber to the home program, I was part of that.
He's part of that, okay.
Right? We did a lot there. And my last job, I was like, talking to one of my colleagues, I was like, you know what? This job getting boring. Right? I think it's not going where it's not going to take me anywhere.
Where you want to go?
I'll be honest, I've applied for many promotions or other positions, and there were other people that were I would say more available than me, right? I'm a dentist, so when it comes to the salary, it's very important for me.
Correct.
You're a dentist too.
Correct.
Right? So when it comes to the salary, it's very important. And certain jobs, there's certain promotion within a job requires you to work on salary. And then you have to decide, is it something I'm going to do or not? But hey, this is a cybersecurity podcast. So you shift gears back a little bit. So because of that, I was speaking to one of my colleagues, And he introduced me to the same program.
The same program.
By local government.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked it out, it's really, because like 2 days before the deadline,
Mm-hmm.
I was complaining to him about the job, and I was also complaining
how late it was to sign up.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because he's given me a solution, he's given me a way out.
But 2 days before the deadline.
Yes, so he said, don't worry about that. Whatever that they be asking for on paper is just apply. They never know. So that would be another one of my tidbit for you guys. Just apply. The job might say it want this, want that, or about all these different things that.
Never know.
Yeah.
You
all
never.
these different things that just apply. Just apply. The cybersecurity space is for everyone, and whatever experience that you have, it is going to be a benefit one way or the other for that entity that you work for. So we went through the same boot camp. We had the same sleepless nights. So I don't really share much about that.
Sleepless nights.
Right? Sleepless nights. But yeah, I would say coming out of that, I would advise anyone that is looking for career change or maybe looking to see what programs available locally to you. Check with your local government. They might know programs that of interest to you. So fast forward a little bit, I signed up, got a response, got into the program. I went through the sleepless nights. I can't stop mentioning that.
Sleepless nights, but I think we had the best group within the boot camp, just saying. Because we literally worked together as a group to make sure everyone was up to scratch, up to par with what they needed to know. So the sleepless nights actually turn into excitement, especially when you turn in those assignments and you see your grades and you're like, those sleepless nights actually meant something. So. And we have learned a few good things. You mentioned it, groups. One of the things that you got to realize in this industry, and even if you start out new, is that you got to rely on the people around you.
Yes, exactly that.
Communication is key.
Yes. Yeah. Coming out of that, or being introduced to that bootcamp, I've done a few other courses. I did Google cybersecurity, just to kind of
keep fresh.
Yes.
Yeah.
To shore up what I've learned in the bootcamp. That bootcamp also exposed me to some Cisco courses.
Cisco courses,
for example, if you like don't know where to start, you got a little bit of time available. You're still working your full job, or you finish school and you're in between Cisco Learning Academy.
Yeah, intro to cybersecurity. You can look up that, or on Coursera. You can find courses on Coursera as well that will give you a great introduction into the field. Yeah, for sure.
So there's some material that you can do what you will with the information.
Correct.
So I did my Security Plus early this year. You did your Security Plus early this year.
Yeah.
I am working on that senior. Yeah, so that's the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. I'm working on that, and also working on my Microsoft Certified Azure Security Engineering Associate. Because I think I want to have a balance.
A balance, yeah. A focus. Okay.
But one of the other things that I'm working towards is my CompTIA Advanced Security Practitioner certification, and that is when I did read up on it, it's mentioned being 10 years experience.
That's the CASP.
Yes.
I think that's the one that they rebrand into Security X or
yes.
Advanced.
Correct. So I want to be able to tap into that. And when I checked out that particular course, it fit in line with me and what I want to do, because it's more on the technical side. But I think my focus right now would be more so on the more technical side. So that's pretty much our personal background and how we got involved into cybersecurity. But we're going to shift gears now. We want to talk about the cyber people. And before we start to lose anyone, because like I said, this conversation could go on for a very long time. So, who is the cyber people? The Cyber People is a cybersecurity organization based out of Bridgetown, Barbados, with a focus on cybersecurity
awareness. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some other program offerings. I would say primary focus right now is on cybersecurity
Awareness. Yeah.
Besides those other offerings that you're going to hear more about, I guess,
in the future.
Yeah. Besides this podcast, we offer awareness training for community groups, non-governmental organization, non-profit, not-for-profit organizations, public schools, religious organizations. More information is available on the website, cyberpeople.com. If you fit into one of these categories or one of those categories and would like to work with the Cyber People, you can send us an email also. You know that email address?
connect@thecyberpeople.com.
Correct. Just share a little bit about yourself and that you're interested in working with the Cyber People, and someone will get in contact with you. Cybersecurity awareness training is also available for small and medium-sized businesses.
Yeah.
Some of these programs are still being built out, but the best place for updates is future episodes or on our socials.
Yeah, for sure.
As we continue to work, that we do offer. So the question is, who can benefit from the programs that the Cyber People offer? Now, I'm going to answer that for you. Everyone.
Every and anyone.
When it comes to cybersecurity awareness, everyone benefits.
For sure. Parents, adults.
Yes. Businesses. Yep. Everyone. How far is the Cyber People offerings extended to?
To keep it simple, once you can find the website and you can reach out to us, that's how far the Cyber People reaches.
Barbados, the Caribbean, our focus is on the focus, as you said, on the Cyber People is awareness.
Well, my last words would be to anyone out there who wants to get into cybersecurity. One thing I would say is take that leap and never stop learning. Never stop reading up on the trends within cybersecurity.
We've come to the end of an exciting episode. It's our very first episode of the CyberScene Podcast. Last bit of information for you guys. Our website is thecyberpeople.com. You can send us an email for any inquiries you may have. To connect at thecyberpeople.com. We are also available on Instagram at the Cyber People. We are on LinkedIn as well, the Cyber People, on Spotify. Stay tuned and thank you for listening. See you in the next one.